Hope all you swabbies are still awake. Late Night Mega here, and we're back with 51st place by Spoony Bard 0L, as Spoony Bard being a reference to Final Fantasy IV. Megman, don't close your eyes at that. Final Fantasy IV, fun fact, being my favorite video game of all time. Yeah, even though Megman is my favorite video game series of all time, and Megman is my favorite video game character, my favorite single video game is actually Final Fantasy IV. There's a little tidbit for you. Scissors and Shrimps. It is an average score of 58.5, just barely beating out the last couple stages. This is Tier 1 garbage. Invisible walls. This better not be a gimmick. I'm just going to assume that's a tiling error. Oh, surprise. Scissors. We've got this gimmick, and I'm handling it as poorly as you possibly can. I'm not this bad at Mega Man, I promise. But why can I not do anything correctly today? Wow. This is interesting music. Do I have a weapon that can... Thank you. Okay, the fish aren't popping up at random spots. There are hints to where that's happening. I'm just not paying attention to those hints. It's entirely my fault, and everything there that happened was entirely my fault. Alright. And now we're underwater. There's the shrimps. Kind of with an enemy like that, you're kind of expected to use water somewhere. I'm gonna do this legitimately. I gotta do some better playing to make up for that atrocious beginning. I want that bolt. And I will have it. And I will have a secret room for an M-Tank. Okay, let's... Well, I'm disappointed. Let's do that. I need to be careful when I do that. Okay, I actually do need... Saltwater, you just endlessly disappoint me. Got the M-Tank that I can't even carry. I mean, there's lots of spikes around, but it doesn't feel overbearing. I'm doing this poorly, too. This music is getting a little bit repetitive. We're back to doing this bad. Yeah, we're just back to doing this poorly. Well, at least the checkpointing has been good. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna... That's a little bit of a nasty combination. But again, not overbearing. Whoa, I will say the scissors are generally nicely placed. And we're just gonna wait. I have played incompetently enough for one stage as it is. Oh. Oh, that was close. I made that a lot closer than it ever needed to be. We're just gonna rain on these guys underwater. Yeah, I think the intention here is that. Scissors! Shrimp! Oh, you... Get out of here. I have no patience for you being directly on the platform that I need to be dealing with. We have an underwater boss fight. Is it going to be Bubble Man? You could have given me 20 guesses and we'd never guessed Cut Man here. Why does this music sound like it's from Darkwing Duck? That sounds like Darkwing Duck music. I don't know. That was very odd. I do appreciate the different layout for battling Cut Man, so bonus points for that. Overall, I enjoyed this stage. I didn't think it did... It didn't do anything super spectacular, but it used its elements very well. Yeah, all the enemies, it was very well done. This is one of those levels that doesn't really do anything majorly wrong. It's extremely functional. I would deduct a point of functionality for that invisible wall tile at the beginning, but that's just me. That's not necessarily bad, but it doesn't go super far in making something amazing. It's more amazing than the last couple levels, I'd say. You know how to do level design and make something that scales well, looks nice, and plays well. It just doesn't go further at all. This is a fine example of good but not groundbreaking. Yes, I agree more with that. It presents some fun challenges that, at the end of the day, are kind of mediocre in the big picture of the level. Nothing really stood out except for some kind of frustrating scissor placements, which was especially magnified by the fact that shooting one half just lets the other one rush at you without stopping. I'd say more, but you really didn't give me much to work with. Well, everything here works, more or less. I think this level does a commendable job juggling a wide variety of enemy types while making the level feel like a coherent whole. And they're placed more or less perfectly. There's tells for the gabioles, for instance, and I never felt ambushed by the scissors and shrimps. I think some of the attacks were maybe on the cruel side with their placement. That was probably the only bad thing on the enemy front. Oh, I guess Big Eye came out of nowhere at the end, but that's forgivable since he kind of always feels out of place. But I wasn't enthused by how many perilous jumps this level had. Really? You want a level with perilous jumps? Boy, do I have a level for you, MJack. No, I'm not going to let that go. That stage had a 23 fun score from MJack, and this one has a 12. And we're talking about perilous jumps here. There's a lot of moments here where I'm like, geez, that sure is a lot of spiked soccer balls on the floor, or gosh, ain't that spiked ceiling on the low side? Things like that bother me. The escapes we get. Did the escape sequence not bother you at all? Seriously, this is why you're fired. especially because they usually felt detached from the enemies, except in the aforementioned cases where techs were shooting at you while you were trying to do aerobics. To conclude, nice seafood smorgasbord, but I'd maybe sand off some of the spiky bits. I thought the spikes were fine. There was a lot of them, but you have to play really badly to crash into them. And as badly as I was playing in this stage, that didn't happen. Well, as far as instant death spikes, the platform spikes, that was all, well, you saw. So many small things about this level that just confuse me. It opens with a tell for the plant man fish by using concrete man blocks, which, ignoring that it's something you're pretty much guaranteed to get hit by the very first time, is alright. But then that kind of stops appearing early on. Yeah, that sort of thing did stop appearing. I probably wouldn't notice that on a second playthrough. Both gimmicks are there and accounted for, but something just felt pasted in for the sake of having them there. Real winners are when there's a soccer ball to lift up when you're underwater, so you can just jump out naturally. And boy, some of the enemy placement here is just obnoxious. The text can easily be set up in a way where trying to get through a buster only is the biggest pain ever, and the scissors have their moments where they're either in a very unfortunate spot causing them to respawn constantly, or in at least one time where one of them isn't even visible till it slaps you right in the face. I love getting slapped in the face by scissors. A lot of weird, smaller design choices just kind of bog this one down. The platforming itself is well and good, though. It's just with the lack of interesting use of the gimmick. All you really have to go for is basic underwater platforming and annoying enemy placement, which does more harm to the level than good. I don't know, my overall score for this stage would probably have been around like a 70. Well, that's just me. Next up, we have the champion stage of Tier 6. But for now, I'll take my leave. Ooh, magnets and springs, that'll be fun. With some enemies I don't find fun.